Hello, friends, and welcome back to r/Tales from Retail. And today we have 3 more great stories about crazy people. But before we start, if you're new here, don't forget to subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications so you don't miss a new video every single day. And our first story, I will fight you for a sandwich you don't sell. Okay, so a little backstory for this. This story happened a year and a half ago at my old job at a sandwich shop that was connected to a truck stop. At this shop chain, there were secret menu items. Our specific store did not participate in secret menu items as we didn't get the ingredients or enough of those ingredients to actually make those sandwiches. One sandwich was called the Feast. My manager had told us that we are never, under any circumstances, to make that sandwich. The reason being that the Feast used all of our cold lunch meats. Basically, you would put the amount you'd put on a large sandwich, then double it. But we never got enough product on our trucks to even do that. Our manager was so adamant about not selling it that she even had it taken out of our system along with most of the secret menu item sandwiches. Now that you have the backstory, let's dive in. M is me, C is coworker, T is truck stop worker, R excessively rude customer. So it was a quiet night at the truck stop. I was doing my job, restocking the food on the line, when a customer came in. R. I'd like to order the Feast. Me. I'm sorry, sir, but we don't carry that sandwich here. R. What? I've gotten that sandwich here before. Me. I'm sorry, but our manager has told us. At this point, he cuts me off while I'm talking and immediately just starts screaming in my face. I've gotten it here half a dozen times before. Are you calling me a liar? I learned later that the half dozen times was a lie. We'd only sold the Feast 3 times to 3 separate customers before our manager cut it off. It was using too much product. I say, excuse me, but I'm going to get my coworker. I left the sandwich prep area and went into the back room and explained the situation to my coworker. My coworker then went out to the customer while I stayed behind the door to listen in. What seems to be the problem? Before my coworker could even finish his question, the customer cuts him off and immediately starts screaming and spitting at him. That little B-word who is out here told me that you don't have the Feast sandwich. I've gotten it here half a dozen times before. She was denying me service. Sir, I'm sorry, but we're not allowed to sell that sandwich. In that moment, I swear I felt the building turn ice cold, with the only source of heat being the customer's unbridled and unwarranted rage. R. So you're going to effing deny me service too? What the F? I saw a manager on the other side. I'm going to call your corporate office, and I'm going to get you fired. Both of you. I was peeking through the window, and I saw the customer lean down to try and read my coworker's name tag. My coworker proudly held out his name tag and spelled his name out for him in a I'm done with this BS manner. A few minutes after the man stormed over to the truck stop worker came over and said, Hey, what's going on? This man says you're denying him service. I want to get your side. Yeah, he wants us to make the Feast. It's a secret menu item that we aren't supposed to sell. Well, but why don't you just make it and get it over with? Because our manager said no. She said no? Our manager said we aren't supposed to mention it. We don't know what goes on it. We're not allowed to sell it. Okay. Well, if your manager said it, I'll go ahead and tell him that even if you could sell it, you're out of several things that are supposed to go on it. She leaves our side, and my coworker and I thought we'd seen the last of him. Not even 5 minutes after she'd left, my coworker and I hear the man yelling at the top of his lungs in front of the sandwich area. He sounds livid. My coworker instructs me not to go out front and be ready to call the police in case this customer throws a punch. I wait in the back, by the door, out of sight. So everyone in this store is against me now. I just want an effing sandwich. Get me the Feast. I'm sorry, sir, but You're still going to deny me service? Well, how about we go outside and settle this with our fists, like men? Maybe that'll change your attitude. You know what, sir? I have a lot of work to do. I'm not going to go outside and settle this issue. That's something a child would do, and unfortunately, I'm an adult who doesn't have time to babysit. Have a good night. My coworker comes to the back, and we watch the customer leave. As he leaves, he kicks over a table and 2 chairs. He slams the door as hard as he can, causing the hinges to come loose. We never see him leave the parking lot. Me. I'm not going out to my car alone. Not if that guy's still out there. C. I don't blame you. I can walk you out to your car when you leave. As I leave, the truck stop worker had my worker pull his truck into the front customer area so he could get to his truck quickly and avoid an altercation with the customer. I wish there was a happy ending to this one, but there really isn't. A customer got away with nearly breaking a table and 2 chairs and causing damage to the hinges on our door. To this day, I still wonder how someone could be so upset about a sandwich. And our next story. Woman tried to return out-of-date food to the wrong store. So my first job was when I was 16, just starting college, and worked part-time in a cheap store that sells almost everything for £1. It was awful pay for minimum wage for 16-year-olds, £5 something an hour. One day, I'm 6 hours into a shift on a Saturday, working as the only person on both the tills and the self-service tills, and a woman, typical Karen, comes storming in and straight to my till. "Where's the manager? What sort of disgusting place is this? You could have killed my children." Me, utterly confused. And my cup of care is bone dry. "Sorry, ma'am." "What's wrong?" "Please don't yell at me." "Don't talk to me like that. Stop with the attitude or you'll be sacked." "I'm sorry, ma'am. What's wrong?" "Look at this," she says as she practically throws a tub of food at me. "Yes?" "What do you mean, yes? Look at the date. I bought this yesterday." So this thing of food, I don't remember exactly what it was, some sort of ready meal kind of thing. It was a while ago, but it went out of date in 2004. This was 2016. "I'm so sorry, ma'am. Do you have a receipt so I can return this for you or exchange it?" "I buy a lot of food. I have 5 kids. Do you think I keep all my receipts?" "Sorry, but without a receipt, I can't return this as I don't know when you bought it or if you even bought it here. We have had people try to return out-of-date stuff that they just didn't use." "OMG, are you calling me a liar? Get the manager now." "He's on his break. He'll be back in about 20 minutes if you want to wait." Karen huffed like she was exhaling a hurricane or something and searched through her bag. "Here it is. You're in luck. I didn't empty my bag," and slams it on my till. I look at the receipt. "Ma'am, this is for a different store. This is store name. You bought this from other popular supermarket." Her face drops and she looks so embarrassed like she just crapped on the floor or something. She takes the receipt back, looks at it, picks up her item and says, "Oh, sorry." She hurried out of the store and I never saw her again. The next person in the queue had a laugh about it with me. I quit that job about a month later. Wait, so she legitimately bought something at a store that was 12 years old? That's shocking if true, but doesn't downplay her behavior though. And our last story. Shut down the store? How dare you have something in stock? This happened about a year ago, and a post reminded me of an older customer. I work in the electronics department of a big box retailer. Now, we aren't the biggest store, so other stores normally will get a high-demand product before us instead, unless we order a lot of it before that happens. One such item is a prepaid card for home phone service. We had ordered hundreds of them just in case of a shortage, and we got lucky because soon after it was out of stock everywhere, and naturally people came here instead of other stores. Cue old lady. I was cleaning when I hear someone screaming that they need help. I walked over annoyed that someone was screaming like a banshee instead of just coming to me to ask for help. Me. "Hi, how can—" She cut me off. "You never have anything in stock. This store is terrible." Me. Slightly annoyed, but shrugging it off. What item are you looking for?" "Name's off prepaid card." Me. "Oh, we have those right over here." So I take her over to the place I was cleaning and the card was there. She grumbled about the layout, not being able to find anything, so I chalked it up to her being rude as a side effect of a remodeling of the store. Just mad at being confused. It's a common thing. I figured it was over. Boy, was I wrong. "This store is terrible. Never has what I need in stock." Me, confused. "Ma'am, we have the item." "No, I mean everything else. If you don't have it, you don't have it for weeks at a time." Me. "I'm sorry to hear that. Sometimes popular items are stocked at the larger stores, so it's out of our control." Dead serious, she says, "Well, they should shut down the store." I was shocked. She legit was saying the store shouldn't exist over 1 or 2 items. "I know there are good people here, and I hate to see people not working, blah, 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 blah." Some people like coming here, so that wouldn't be good. She laughed at me and called me a liar, said the store at the snooty town 20 minutes from here was better. I knew the problem now. She wasn't mad at items being out of stock here. She's mad that she had to go out of her way to the backwoods to get her stuff. Ma'am, I have plenty of regulars who come here because they like me and my department. And she cut me off again, called me a liar, and said that no one wanted to be here. But before she could finish, or I could respond, someone jumped in who's the real MVP. Nice dude, is a regular and loves me to death. He's a bit older and has a mental disability, but I love him just the same. He says, OP, there's my guy. He bear hugs me. Hey, thanks for helping me with my application the other day, and I finally learned how to use Google like you showed me. I told him that's great, and I politely let him know that I was with someone. Oh, I'm sorry, bud. Sorry, ma'am. Listen to this guy. He's way nicer than the folks at other stores. If looks could kill. The old lady looked furious. I was afraid she was going to go off, so I stepped in between them. Oh, I'm done. Let your favorite help you. She walked away, so relieved to be helping my regular add a phone card to his phone, and I thought it was over. Nope. Next day, got called into the office. Turns out she filed a complaint saying I was rude and refused to help and belittled and embarrassed her with the customer. Luckily, my management team is pretty good and took my side based off my track record while already reviewing footage of it. The job sucks, but it's people like ND that keep me going. Hey guys, thank you all for watching the video to the end, and I'll see you in the next one.